Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and good lord, it is finally done. I tweeted about this last night. I think, like about 3/4 of the way through my night shift, and finally, the final link for Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO went up to level 10. Kamehameha has been stuck at 9 for the past few days. I literally started link leveling all of the Super Saiyan 4s like the day they came out, because I did both my main summon videos on the day the banner came out. Obviously awakened up the units and then started link leveling them straight away. So unfortunately this video is a little bit late. I know a bunch of people have already done full level 10 link showcases, but I really like this unit, and it's taken me so long to get those last links to go up that I wanted to go ahead and do the video anyway. So we are going to show him off on 2 different teams. We did a video with him yesterday on the Kamehameha team, which is basically the only team you can get all of his links to activate in one go. Because when you look at like Crossover or Dragon Ball Heroes, you can get some other Super Saiyan 4 units to get him Saiyan Raw, but there's no other like Vegitos or Potara units for things like Power Bestowed by God and Fused Fire. And then of course we're going to run him first of all on the Battle of Wits / Majin Buu Saga team, so we can get those Vegito style links, but we can't get Saiyan Raw. So we're going to show him off in a couple of different situations. This is the team I brought. We did also bring the physical 50% support Gohan, because he's in the Majin Buu Saga, so that is going to help out. I think the best rotation we can get in terms of attack stat is if we have AGL Super Vegito in slot 1 and have him super attack, and then have Super Saiyan 4 Vegito go, probably with the physical Gohan in slot 3. So we're starting out with an okay rotation. He's only going to have a few of his links active here. Yeah, Super Saiyan, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle. His defense is 142k, thanks to the links and the support from the High School Gohan. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and see what he can do here on this first turn. And it looks like Vegito Blue is in slot 7, so he's going to come around. He's going to be a very good link partner for him. I probably should have kept High School Gohan in slot 1, to be fair, because he's so good. Mine is Rainbow. I've been leveling up his links as well, although they're not quite up to scratch. I don't know if he has any at 10 at the moment, but 2.73. So 2.73 attack is really good when you consider he has 3 of his links active. So we get the additional normal attack. Obviously he didn't take any attacks that turn, but he raised his defense by 30% on super attack, so his defense was going to be close to 200k in that rotation. So let's go ahead and float off the support Gohan here, just so we can have him off onto that rotation. I believe this is the only team that you can run them on together and still have both of them under the full leader skill. So obviously that 50% buff from that Gohan is going to be pretty massive for Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO. And by the time he comes around onto that rotation, we should have him paired up with physical VB as well. So almost all of his links will be active. I believe only Saiyan Raw will be lacking. And Saiyan Raw at level 10 is a very good link. 25% attack, 10% defense. So obviously very strong. But like I said, we are going to show off a couple of rotations on this team, and then we will jump over to, I guess, probably the crossover team, since that is his team, and run him with a bunch of Super Saiyan 4s. So yeah, he gets all of his links active. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he gets them all from physical Vegito Blue. So his defense 134. So that's, now that he's actually getting his links active, he's only 10k defense shy of when we had that support Gohan on the rotation. So that is actually very good. So even though Trunks is STR here, he should tank this for double digits. So we'll put him in slot 1 because Trunks is a sneeze away from being killed here. So yeah, 89 damage, 2.9 on his attack. So very good. Saiyan Raw would easily put him over the 3 mil, and then of course having a support unit in slot 3, I'm going to bump that up even higher. So like I said, I really like this unit. I think he's awesome. You know, he's not hitting the same kind of high attack stats that, say, Super Saiyan 4 Broly would be hitting, but you got to remember that there's just so much that he does, right? Like, his kit is just so extensive, and he's so useful on the teams that he's on. He has the 50% chance to counter super attacks. So obviously it's completely up to RNG. I mean, I've used him in a couple of different videos so far, and we've had runs where he's only been super attacked throughout the entire run, maybe 2 or 3 times, and hasn't actually countered any of them. And then I think in yesterday's Kamehameha team video, he countered every super that came his way. And I think even Super Saiyan 4 Goku got a super counter with his 30% one as well, which is pretty good. He raises defense by 30% on super, as I said already. And then, of course, he does have that support part of his passive. So it's 20% attack and defense and 1 key to crossover allies. And then same again for Grade 8 power allies. So obviously if they are both, they get both. And that includes him as well. So let's see. This is going to be his best rotation on this team. 158 K defense. So his defense is going to go up to what, 210, 215k after supering, and he does have type advantage here. So this will be the highest attack stat I guess we can see. I think actually no, he probably links just as well with the AGL Super VEGITO. So if we can get AGL Super VEGITO in slot 1 to super attack, and then have Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO go next, with that physical Gohan in the final slot, then that will be pretty insane. But yeah, crazy attack stat from him. And like I said, he performs that like extra bit of utility, which I think makes up for him not hitting as high an attack stat as just a full-on damage dealing unit. Because the big thing is the thinking about the future for Global. I said this on the podcast, I mentioned it on Twitter as well, like I'm so much more hyped for Int Gogeta now because of all of these hero Super Saiyan 4s. I really want to run the Grade 8 power team like under the actual 170 leader, right, with the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO is going to be amazing on that team because not only is he really good in his own right, but even if you wanted to make a completely different and interesting version of that Gogeta team, maybe you want to run like 2 rotations of Gogeta and then maybe take advantage of Broly or the LR Super Saiyan 4s. Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO, even though he's good enough to not need to be used in that fashion, he can be used like as a support unit. Just have him floating in the 3rd spot. And then not only is he going to be able to dish out a ton of damage, potentially counter supers and all that, but he's supporting all of the rotations that he then floats in on. So he's just going to be a huge bonus to that team, regardless of how you want to run it. And you see here, like, he's taking double-digit damage, and we haven't even super attacked to raise our defense yet. So 3.2 on his attack stat. I really like his super attack animation as well. That last bit with, like, the zoom in and then the Spirit Sword Slash I think is pretty awesome. And of course, physical VEGITO Blue, you know, one of the best Easy A units in the game. These two link up insanely well. So, okay, yeah, he's just going to go off here. That's what we like to see. It's one of the reasons why, like, people love this team so much, because Battle of Wits obviously includes, like, basically all the VEGITOs. And then by having Majin Buu Saga as the secondary part of the leader skill for the LR Goku and Vegeta, it means we can run units like this High School Gohan, who probably is one of the best super type support units. So let's see, I don't want to, we need to fix up our rotations, but it's going to take a while to get to where I want it to be, because I want to float off AGL Super VEGITO so we can get him in slot 1 with the Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO. But then obviously I also want to get this physical Gohan into the final slot. So maybe we won't do multiple teams. I don't know. I don't want the video to be super long, but I do want to see that rotation. I guess maybe we won't do the extra team just because, like I said at the start, like this video is coming out quite late in comparison to bunch of other people who've already done it. I just really wanted to make a video on him at level 10 links, and I am very curious to see if we can push him to the highest possible attack stat that we can get. And if he links up with the AGL Super VEGITO as well as the physical one, then that is going to be the highest possible attack stat that we can see out of him. So HL Super VEGITO gets some crits, and then let's go ahead and Yeah, we'll go ahead and get the Dokkan attack here with Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO, why not? So, I guess we'll just grab those for you. And then let's see. Still taking double-digit damage even before super attacking. And let's get the old Dokkan attack on the go here. A bit unfortunate that we don't have either of the support units in slot 3. But we hit all the nodes. Yeah, 2.9 million attack stat. So, very, very solid. And obviously the Dokkan attack is going to do bonus damage. So, it doesn't affect your attack stat at all. But he's going to hit pretty hard here. 2.38. And then, yeah, of course he's not going to take any damage. See, we didn't counter the super. The 50% chance. 50% is still a pretty good chance to counter a super attack. But unfortunately, it is just a flip of a coin at the end of the day. And sometimes you can get unlucky. So, speaking of unlucky, no extra super attacks from VEGITO Blue. Crit. No crit counters either. Alright, well, the LR, Goku, and VEGITO will finish him off here. And then we can... Let's see, we need to float off Gohan on the next rotation. So we are, what, 3 turns now away from having the rotation set up that we want? So let's go ahead and... High School Gohan doesn't do anything for Allies attack, does he? No, he just has a chance to stun. So... Let's go ahead and transform here. Get that last little bit of extra health. Of course, this does mean we are setting ourselves up for the slow motion counters here. So I'm going to go ahead and put Gohan here because Gohan has built-in damage reduction. So I feel like he'll probably take less damage from the super attack than VEGITO will. Plus, of course, we are running the support. So these counters are all going to do more damage. 5.4. Good old emulator lag counters. The slow motion kick. And then, yeah, 3.4 on his attack stat. This will do some pretty solid damage as well. Yeah, 2.5 million crit, basically. And then up to 700k attack stat on the counters. Unfortunately, we're not getting crits, because crit counters from this STR VEGITO once he's transformed. There we go. You're going to see here. Yeah, 1.5 million damage for a counter attack. I mean, that's it's pretty good. So, double supers from Gohan. Sadly, he doesn't do anything to raise his own defense or anything like that. So, how much is this going to do? Wow, 36k, is that it on a support unit? Whew. That Gohan's so good. Such a great unit. Any team that he fits on, I feel like he is probably an auto-include. So, let's see. Ah, yes, he doesn't have Kamehameha. Okay, well. Will AGL VEGITO take him out here? If he crits on his counters, he probably will. I'm going to go for it anyway, because obviously the rotation that we want to see is with the physical Gohan in slot 3 anyway. So if VEGITO does end up taking him out in slot 1, it won't be the end of the world. But fortunately, if he doesn't crit, the counters don't do a huge amount of damage. Okay, yeah, to be fair, even with a crit, that's not that crazy. So if he doesn't crit on super attack, then yeah, he survives this. There we go. So he's going to boost everyone's attack. So yeah, that puts the Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO over the 3 million mark without a support unit in the final slot. So next turn, yeah, next turn we're going to have our physical support unit in the final slot. So I guess we're going to do this. Type disadvantage super is not ideal here, but you know, what can you do? So we'll do this, and then we will do this. So we got a full STR rotation against this AGL enemy. So the only upside to that, of course, is we're not going to deal crazy amounts of damage. Yes, he only 63k, even from type disadvantage. Like, this is a phase now on this particular stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history where, like, any unit that is not necessarily that great defensively, especially with type disadvantage, you're taking like 150, 200k from that super attack. And Gohan just out here taking like 60k damage. So good. So yeah, Spirit Sword from you, and then 2.1 million attack stat from the untransformed Goku and Vegeta here as well. Fortunately, no crit, which, you know, it's not often that you say that, but I essentially just don't want him to take so much damage that AGL Super Vegito would kill him in slot 1. But here we go. This is going to be the final rotation for the video. We finally got the setup that we wanted. Unfortunately, we are missing the Kamehameha link, so let me just double check exactly how much that gives, because I mean, we have a 50% support unit in slot 3, so yeah, it's 10%. So I mean, we're still going to be getting a huge buff. He raises allies attack by 35% as well, so I mean, not having the Kamehameha link, I mean, it's a pretty decent trade-off, I guess, for the huge buff that he's going to get here. So this will be the best attack stat that we can see from Super Saiyan 4 Vegito on this team setup. So, yeah, let's go ahead and see what we get here. So, a couple of counters to get out of the way from AGL Super Vegito. No crits, though, so we're all good here. And I'm very excited to see this attack stat from Vegito. 3.4. Okay, so almost 3.5 million attack stat. Very, very good. Like I said, I really like this unit. I will probably end up using this guy on sort of like every team that you can run him on, because he's just really fun. I love his design. I think he looks cool. I love the way the unit is built. Yeah, I just think he's super awesome. So I went for 14 additional and then 15 crit in total, because he's got a few skill orbs here. So that's what, 6? Yeah, so he would have been 14 and 9 in the natural hidden potential system. And then I gave him some extra crit with the equipment. I did see some discussion around his hidden potential. A lot of people say, I think Tiger I heard say this as well, like normally with counter units you want to go super heavy on the crit. But remember that Super Saiyan 4 Vegito only counters super attacks. He has a 50% chance, but even if in the event, say he counters every super attack that comes his way, you're not necessarily always going to be putting him in the right slot that a super attack is going to be in, because unless you're using a feature like the transformation from the STR Vegito, you don't know where the super attacks are going to be. So you could go through multiple turns where the unit getting super attacked on that particular turn isn't Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. So because he does raise defense on super attack, which is going to help for things like Extreme Super Battle Road, I decided to give him that little bit extra additional at the start and then top up his crit with skill orbs. So I personally think that is a very solid build for him. And yeah, just overall very, very impressed with this unit. So let me know what you guys think down below. Did you manage to pull Vegito? I mean, I ended up getting him to 90%, so I just couldn't resist going in to get that final copy. And yeah, he's fantastic, and I'm very much enjoying using him. Cannot wait for the Int Gogeta to come to global. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord down in the description. Feel free to join in the fun over there, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.